Hi, and welcome to the Stage 15 review. In Stage 15, we meet relative clauses, and we also learn the imperfect tense of three irregular verbs, possum, wallow, and nolo. By the end of Stage 15, you should be able to recognize and translate all the forms of the imperfect of possum, wallow, and nolo, and to fill out the following charts. We'll start with the imperfect of possum. Now, it's just the imperfect of sum, which we already knew, with pot at the beginning. So here's the imperfect of sum. Eram, eras, erat, eramus, eratus, erant. Add pot at the beginning and you get the imperfect of possum. Potaram, I was able. Potaras, you were able. Potarat, he was able. Potaramus, we were able. Potaratus, y'all were able. Potarant, they were able. So if you know the imperfect of sum, eram, eras, erat, eramus, eratus, erant, then you can do this imperfect of possum. Now, wallow is actually quite regular in the imperfect. So we use our regular imperfect endings, bom, bos, bot, bomus, botus, bont, and we put wole in front. So wole, bom, wole, bos, wole, bot. I was wanting, you were wanting, he was wanting. And as you might expect, nolo follows wallow. So again, the regular bom, bos, bot, bomus, botus, bont endings, but now with nole in front. So I was not wanting, you were not wanting, he was not wanting. At the end of Stage 15, you should also know about relative clauses. Remember, a clause is a group of words with a verb in it. Relative clauses begin with relative pronouns. A relative pronoun refers to another noun in the main clause of the sentence. The noun it refers to is called its antecedent. You should also know that the case of a relative pronoun depends on its function in its own relative clause. So let's take a look at an example of this. Here's our sentence. Regina quam omnes Britanni timebant in aula sedebat. The queen, whom all the Brits were fearing, was sitting in the palace. So the main clause of the sentence is Regina in aula sedebat. The queen was sitting in the palace. Regina here is in the nominative case because she's the subject of sedebat. The queen was sitting. The relative clause is quam omnes Britanni timebant, and it starts with the relative pronoun quam. So, whom all the Brits were fearing. Quam, the relative pronoun, refers back to Regina in the main clause. Regina is its antecedent. Okay, so quam refers back to Regina. Quam is the relative pronoun. Regina is the antecedent. Quam here is in the accusative case because it's the direct object of timebant, whom all the Britons were fearing. All the Britons were fearing her. So that's why quam is in the accusative case. As always, you should know all the words in the Stage 15 vocab checklist, both from Latin to English and from English to Latin.